started my journey at Procter & Gamble. I joined there I think 17 years ago, long ago. And then I've been there for 14 years, cruising through the functions like sales, marketing, and planning, and distribution, and many other things. And then last 3 years ago, I joined Samsung Electronics. I now look after the Middle East and North Africa. I look after the whole retail visibility of Samsung across all these countries, across all the channels of the partner retail, of the own brand stores, and some other things in there. Yep, that's the role.
All right, fantastic. And so can you talk to us a little bit about the need to differentiate between products and between channels?
Yeah, of course. Because I have to differentiate between the channels, between the accounts as well. So yeah, there's a lot of need to do that. Actually, this is one of my favorite questions. It's a bit more technical, but there is a big need to differentiate between the products, the services, between the channels. And I think, in my opinion, it's critical to differentiate both in the consumer electronics, in FMCG, in any other, I would say, industry, but it should be looking differently. Like, for example, for the FMCG, it could look like you have different package, you have different, not so brands, of course, but I would say in many cases it can be even different formula or some different flavors. But when it comes to some consumer electronics at Samsung, what we do, we provide customers with additional, let's say, colors, which are exclusive for the D2C, for example. Okay. Or we're providing some additional products, or we're sometimes differentiating our services. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. And so how do you avoid overusing or overwhelming any one particular channel? Or is there no such a thing? Does that not exist? Does every channel have its own? I mean, talk to us a little bit more about how you utilize those channels to your advantage at Samsung.
I think it's more about role of the channel all the time. Okay. Many people believe that retail is dead. It's not. Retail is actually much more alive compared to what it used to be back in 2021 or 2022 or even 2023, because we see how people are actually eager for the experience. And I just give one example. When it comes to, let's say, TVs, when customers are buying TVs, they're coming to the store 4 times for...
Really?
Yeah, they do. They really do.
And I thought that day and age was over. I thought that was well and done.
No, they actually really come to the store, and they can buy a mobile from the second time. But for TV, when it comes to TV, they will buy for first time. So they will come for just to review what's going on. They will come for the demo. They will come for the comparison between the features and the benefits between the products, and then later on they will come for the deal they were promised.
Right. Okay. Because my next question was leading into the direct-to-consumer shift and how you saw that shift happening. But it seems like you've just answered the question. There's still, Well, I mean, maybe the question is, has there been a big shift? One, because you're saying you're still seeing a lot of retail and people coming in and engaging in store before they buy. And then how do you see that other companies need to handle the evolving and the shift in the market from retail to direct to customer?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem happens when we let it go. This kind of customer journey, which happens apparently not only in one channel but in several different channels, because between the visits of the customer into the store, he also researches and he reviews what he can get or she can get in the Amazon or somewhere else, right? So that's where the brand needs to kick in and catch them right away, where the customer wants to find us, right? So this brings us into the definition of the roles of D2C online, D2C offline, or brand stores basically, right? And then the role of the partner stores. They're different. If we differentiate them quite well from the understanding perspective first of all, and then from the services perspective second of all, then there is a place for each of them in the journey, that's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't feel one comes at the cost of the other if you've been very strategic in how you use the two. Okay. Because Fantastic. So in terms of brands that might be struggling with incentives and profitability, what's your advice to those that want to be able to balance the both?
Profitability is a big problem for D2C overall. In general, I would say, whatever company you work for. I would say that there are two ways to handle the profitability. I would say like there is one technical, is just get a partner and then share your burden with somebody else. The second one is like more specific. It's like more maybe strategic, but it's like we prioritize loyalty and retention, as the previous presenter was saying, over the transactional relationship with the customer. So that's what we're usually doing. Like it means that we have a specific measure for the customers who are actually loyal to us, and we check how much money they are about to bring to us during their lifetime, and we are thinking about how we can retain those customers, what else we can do to build a rapport with them, to make sure that they are staying loyal to our ecosystem.
Right, okay. No, very good idea. And so if you had to give one advice to the audience about how to scale a brand, what would that be?
I think it would be very much close to what I just said on the D2C profitability, but I think if you want to scale the brand, my biggest advice would be to look after the retention rather than transactional development of your business. That's what I think is the most important part. Yeah.
Excellent. I think I'd agree too.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Any questions quickly for Andre? Yes, I think there's one in the back. Sorry, it's hard to see everybody from here. Oh, sorry, sorry, thank you. Sorry, we can't hear you from here at all, so we're just going to bring the mic over.
Okay, so quickly, you mentioned that consumers go in store 4 times to see TVs. Do they end up buying in store? Or do they end up buying online, or do you know what the split is between the two?
It depends on the specific customer preference. I can mention, for example, the customers here in the Gulf countries, they prefer to have installment plan in many cases. And it means that installment plan, this is something that you usually can get in the store. But rather than, for example, the customers in, let's say, Turkey, they prefer to get like a better discount or better deal, and they end up either at Amazon, or they end up at our website in many cases. But it depends also on the, let's say, customer profile and the customer life stage as well, because there are many customers who are really appreciate this like physical one-to-one experience. They trust to their promoter, they exchange the mobile numbers with them, and then later on promoter is playing a big role in retaining this customer as well in our ecosystem. But in the meantime, this customer is asking many questions from this promoter, so definitely they will not buy online, they will buy from this person. Yep.
Okay,
thanks
excellent.
for the question. Yeah.
How do you connect the offline to the online world? Do you do that?
Yeah, we do that a lot. So the question was, if somebody didn't hear it, so how do we connect the offline and online world? There are actually 2 ways to do that. One way is to direct the customer from the store into our website. And we try to do, it's called Elderstyle, this technology. The way we usually do it, we're trying to make this experience for the customer as seamless as possible. So it means that the customer doesn't really know that the product is coming from the Samsung.com. He went to the store, usually it's our brand store, and then in this brand store, he would be consulted about the TV, let's say, or refrigerator, for example, but then he cannot get it right now from this store, but he doesn't want to. It's like 75-inch TV, right? You cannot just carry it, it's very heavy. So in this case, in many cases, what we would do, we would just put an order for this customer from the Samsung.com, and that customer will just find it in their home next day, and that's it. And then experience of the delivery installation is very similar. Depends. That doesn't matter whether it's like a partner experience or our own experience. It's almost the same. Or the other way around, what we can do as well, in many countries, in Middle East as well, we're activating. It's called I don't remember the specific name for it, but it's like when you are buying the product from the website, if you don't want to wait for tomorrow to get it from the for you, you can pick it from the store, for example, and you just pick the store that you will take it from. We make sure that there's a stock of this specific product for this specific color, for this specific memory amount, and this kind of things. And then usually when the customer is coming to the store, he ends up buying either watch or buds or at least a case. So it's actually very beneficial for us. So we're encouraging the customers to buy from the website, but get it from the store as well.